Chào mừng các bạn đã đến với Khoa Nguyen English. Thì trong cái chuỗi video series này, mình sẽ giới thiệu với các bạn những cái speaking sample về kỳ thi IELTS.
Thì những cái câu hỏi trong những cái chuỗi video series này đều đã được lấy từ những kỳ thi IELTS thật. Vì vậy, hy vọng qua cái chuỗi video series này sẽ giúp cho các bạn có thể tự ôn IELTS một cách hiệu quả hơn, nhất là về cái module speaking. Nào, các bạn hãy đón xem nhé. Where is your home?
My house is in District 6 of Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
Do you live in a house or a flat?
I currently live in an apartment. It's a typical 2-bedroom apartment. I prefer to live in an apartment because of the security and privacy it provides.
Who do you live with?
I'm currently living with my girlfriend. We decided to live together about a year ago and have been there ever since. I'd like to get a dog in the future, but I'm not sure they'll let me. I need to speak with someone to be sure.
Do you plan to live there in the future?
Sure, that's my home. I'd like to start a family there. Everything is nice and the neighbor is friendly. All the store, coffee shop, gyms, and other amenities are easily accessible. We have high-speed internet just down the hall, so no complaints.
What is your neighborhood like?
Yes, it's fantastic. The air is nice. There are a lot of trees around the neighborhood. We have a park in the middle of the apartment, which is a good thing. I see people hanging out at the park all the time because it's like our own little space among the crowded, noisy life of the city. There's also a swimming pool where you can cool yourself off. There are also numerous convenience stores, restaurants, and food stalls to choose from. My neighborhood has everything, and the neighbors are always friendly, so I really enjoy living there.
Let's talk about sports. Do you watch sports on TV?
Yeah, of course. I watch a lot of sport on TV. I love sport.
Do you play any sports?
I used to play football a lot when I was in university. I was pretty good at it until I broke my knee in one of the matches. The doctor advised me that if I want to keep the rest of my leg, I should not touch a football ball again for the rest of my life. That's all there is to it.
Which is the popular sports in your country?
Definitely football. The American calls it soccer, which is kind of funny to me. Football is the most popular sport in Vietnam. We absolutely love football. Every time the national team plays, we go out and celebrate. And whether we win or lose, we always go loud and cheer. I also enjoy the sport because it brings people together. It promotes unity, solidarity, and good sportsmanship. So I appreciate it just as much as the next guy. Another sport that I also like is tennis.
Who is your favorite sports star?
Cristiano Ronaldo is my favorite athlete and my childhood idol. The man is one of the greatest strikers of all time, if not the greatest. He is passionate about football as I am, and he worked tirelessly to remain one of the best players in the world for nearly 20 years. I admire him not only because he is the best at kicking the ball, but also because he is a strong, confident, and sensitive individual. Cristiano is not afraid to express his emotion in public. He cries, laughs, and celebrates with the same intensity, whether they are positive or negative. And that's beautiful. It's how everyone should live their life, full of passion.
What kind of sports would you like to play in the future?
Apart from football, I enjoy watching tennis a lot. I'd like to try tennis someday because I admire Roger Federer, who is regarded as one of the greatest tennis players of all time. You should know that he won 20 Grand Slams. He played tennis in a very graceful manner. There is something elegant and majestic about the way he moves and hits the ball. He appears to be dancing rather than playing. He made everything look easy. So I want to pick up a racket and try it myself to see if it's truly as effortless as he does. But I have my doubts.
Now that's the end of part 1. Let's continue with part 2. For part 2, I'm going to give you a topic and I want you to talk about that topic for 1 to 2 minutes. You will have 1 minute to prepare the answer. Are you ready to begin? You can pause the video you like. Okay, your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Okay, your 1 minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking now.
Everyone, in my opinion, possesses leadership qualities, but only a few choose to use this skill and become leaders. A leader is someone who knows how to empower others, understand and motivate others to work toward the same goal. They intend to use this power to assist others and solve their problem. Miss Thủy, my former boss, is one of the good leaders I know. I remember meeting her for the first time when I first started at the company. The size and seriousness of the company's working environment intimidate me. I felt like a fish out of water, fumbling and unsure of what to do. Miss Thủy walked past me on her way to the meeting room. She noticed me and stopped to look at me. She asked, "Are you a new guy?" And when I said yes, she asked if I want to go to lunch with her later. And I said yes. And it was at that lunch that I discovered she is the director of the company on which I work. She stated that she wished to meet everyone in person and assured me that everything will be fine and that there's nothing to worry about. She is extremely knowledgeable and has excellent communication skill. She can help others understand her point of view even if they do not necessarily agree with it. She greets everyone humbly and seeks their feedback on every decision. She is always willing to assist and guide others. Mrs. Thủy is a generous and optimistic person who is well liked throughout the company. I feel empowered and inspired whenever I am with her. She is extremely organized and pays close attention to detail. She is always willing to assist others. A good leader inspires and motivates others to do and be their best, and she possesses all these qualities.
So let's talk about leadership. What are the main qualities of being a good leader?
I believe honesty is the most important thing that is required out of a leader. It is very important for a leader to be able to put down the real situation in front of the teammate so that the situation can be dealt as a team. Also, communication, commitment, and confidence are the 3 C's that are required out of a leader. And in the end, the patience and the willpower to be able to look ahead with great positivity to endure failure is what required of a leader.
How do you see leader now and in the future?
I personally don't think there would be much difference between leaders now and in the future, for their core values are much likely to be the same. By this, I mean most true leaders tend to operate on similar principles, such as innovation, integrity, positivity, and so on. Not all these characteristics would be acquired or presented by all leaders, but some of them would. Hence, despite living in different times, leaders would still be those with some particular admirable trait that are distinguishable.
How does leadership apply to children at school?
Leadership is not only adults' realm, but people of all ages can practice it, including children. Most are not natural-born leaders. Instead, they are likely to go through painstaking processes to attain certain skill since they were young. For example, kids with a leadership mindset probably stand out for their initiation, persistence, and optimism. If they take part in group activities, potential leaders are usually those who take on team leader roles and enthusiastically enjoy the game as well as encourage others to do the same.
Let's move on to talk about public speaking. Why do people feel nervous when they are giving a speech to others?
People feel nervous because the topic they are talking about might not be interesting to the listeners. They can also feel nervous if they are trying to persuade someone to do something, like in a job interview or a business presentation.
How can people improve their public speaking skill?
People can practice speaking and get a friend to critique their performance. They can also film themselves speaking and watch the resulting videos to look for things which they can improve.
What type of person is best suited to give a talk about a particular subject?
People who are knowledgeable about the topic they're going to talk about. For example, a presentation about computer technology and startups should be given by someone like Bill Gates or Steve Jobs.
Now that's the end of the IELTS speaking test. Congratulations, have a nice day.